We'll wait till a couple of people get in here, and then I'll let my little rant of the day. Cause I'm pretty burnt out on hearing they're going to make 40 million felons overnight, guys. We're all going to be felons, Jay. Everybody with a brace pistols, they're making them felons overnight. I suggest that all these people go read. There's a book called, and if you've never read it, you should. It's a read. It's actually pretty interesting. The name of the book is 3 Felonies a Day. The average person in the United States of America, every single day, commits 3 felonies unknowingly. Think about that. But they're not making 40 million felons overnight. If you don't comply, then you'll be a criminal. It's always the patriots trying to label themselves felons too, which is kind of, the irony is funnier than shit. Yeah, 3 felonies a day. Everybody should go read that book because nothing's going to change. There's so many laws that the average person unknowingly commits 3 felonies a day. Are they bad people? No, they're not bad people. I mean, fuck, everybody and their brother's a felon now. It's a badge of honor. At least it means to some degree you've done something that you're selling golf balls. Sometimes child support. But I'm really sick of that. We're all going to be felons bullshit. Every gun tuber out there has said that this week. Every single one. They're going to make 40 million felons. No, you're not. You're not going to be a felon. It takes a lot of effort to actually become a felon. You got to get arrested. First, you got to get caught. Then you got to let them arrest you. Then you got to go to your arraignment and get your ransom note. They'll tell you how much it's going to cost for you to get out. Then you got to fight it. If you're a bitch, you don't really fight it. You just kind of do what they tell you to do still, because they're like, hey, if you just sign right here instead of that 10, we're only going to give you probation with 3 over your head. And if you do that, we'll let you out today. Because they're going to jack your bonds through the fucking roof because you didn't obey. That's the worst crime, not obeying government. Everybody should know that. Just now, I had home from work, and it was like 8 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock, something like that, 8 o'clock. But anyway, so if you see these gun tubers, let them know to quit saying that stupid bullshit. Because you don't just magically become a felon. It's not how it happens. But you're already a criminal. Everybody's a criminal. Whether you go a mile an hour over the speed limit, I know that's a civil matter, I know. Or you're punch your grandma in the mouth. I mean, if people haven't seen what's really going on, it's just a fear tactic. Is it going to stand up in court? Probably not. But I mean, it depends on what district court it goes to, which is bullshit. The feds shouldn't have any involvement in this. Missouri, because of SAP, the feds can't enforce the shit in Missouri. I was talking to Patrick about this the other night. Another thing Missouri's getting ready to do, I forget the name of the guy that's doing it. They're making gold and silver legal tender again in Missouri. They're trying to for real kick the feds out of Missouri. I mean, but my thing is that until they make it to where the feds cannot enforce anything in Missouri, or until you can treat the feds as criminals in Missouri, they come kicking in your door and you treat them like you would any other criminal. Until that happens, I'm just, in my opinion, it doesn't do nothing because the feds are going to do what they're going to do. They don't even really involve local cops in it shit anymore. People act like they do. That shit ain't been happening for a decade, as far as I know. At least a decade. I mean, look at all the raids you've seen on, these high-profile dudes from the FBI and ATF and shit. Do you ever see locals there? No. It's always the 3-letter agencies. Anyhow, just want to say that. Just let everybody know you're not going to be a felon. Don't worry. Don't worry. But gotta get over it. Get off my road, motherfucker. Well, I'm about home. I'll stop reading comments. But that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say about that, Jenny. Pistol, 5 or 6, 7 options, whatever it was. I just couldn't do that because those are not options. The only option that there is, they didn't list in that 290 fucking however many pages it was ruling. You know why it's 290 pages long? So that you don't understand what's really going on. So it confuses the shit out of you. So you do it, so it sounds way worse than what it is, and you do as you're told, like good little puppets. Because that's what good little puppets do. Gotta be a good slave. Don't want to risk going to jail. Don't want to lose your miserable, pathetic fucking life. Spend your whole life chasing money as they take 30 to 80% of it. Probably not 80%. They take a shitload of it. Regardless, you're a slave. How much better would your life be without any of the extortion that happens? No gasoline extortion, no driver's license and registration extortion, no forced insurance, no property fucking theft, extortion. How much better would your life be? How much better would your children's lives be? What, infinitely better. That's how much better. The poor will become middle class, and the middle class would have a chance at saving money, and I think the whole goal is so that you will own nothing and be happy, as they say. Truck here for a minute. I got to maneuver the truck, and then I'll read some comments. One second. Just hold your horses, guys. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Ah, frick. Can't see shit. Be quiet, doggies. It's Daddy. Flat tire today on my truck. I ran over a freaking machine screw or something. All right, hang on. I got one more thing to do real quick before I read comments. Hold your horses. Well, I had something to do. Yeah, but I just can't. I don't understand. I mean, I get that they're gun tubers and shit. Guess what I'm doing? Anybody? I mean, I get they're gun tubers, but I don't even get given those as options. If I had one of those large channels, there's no freaking way I could give those options. I would just tell people, if you want to know what the ATF's telling you can do, you can go find out for yourself. But since they're not options, I'm not even repeating them. But cowards will be fucking cowards, and that's what they are. I've been to the point for a long time that it just legit doesn't even matter to me. I mean, it does in the sense like my kids and things. But as far as like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. Like I genuinely have no fear of death. and I'm not going to jail. So if this thing applied to me in any way, if this thing applied to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and it doesn't. Um, Reposting Sean Fisher, you may like this video from. Okay. That's funny shit, Red Reaper. But we got to be patient, guys. We have to wait and vote and rely on the NRA or GOA to fight our battle for us. No, you got to send them your money. You got to support those who support you. Ask Gays and Gizmos, he'll tell you. Which I don't know how any of those, with the NRA being responsible for the NICS check, there's nothing they can do to support you because background checks are the ultimate infringement. I mean, they're just the ultimate infringement, whether you want to recognize that or not, because you can pass a background check. The fact that you have to have a background check to buy from an FFL, complete fucking infringement. I mean, that's like the all-time infringement. You should be able to. I mean, the government shouldn't be involved in firearms whatsoever, at all. Zero, nothing, nada. But they are because people are. I don't even think it's about being coward. I think it has a lot to do with ignorance, and then I think it has a lot to do with they're okay with it because fighting it is not worth the effort. Does that make sense? It takes less effort to fill out a 4473 than it does to actually fight somebody that's declared war against you. So maybe it's just more of the same, man. But you're not going to be a felon tomorrow. You're not going to be a felon 120 days from now just because a year from now you're not going to be a felon unless you get caught and you go through all those steps. That's the only way you're going to become a felon. So quit just saying that you're some shit that you're not, because now it just reminds me of the Patriot shit. Tech T sent me a screenshot of a comment from Gays and Gizmos channel today. The dude said something about, "Thank you for being the voice for all of us patriots, Gays and Gizmos." I forget what he said, but he was sucking his dick in the comment section. It was funny as shit. And Tex sent me that thing, so I went to the video and I commented on it. I didn't listen to the video because the dude has nothing to say that I want to hear. I let the dude comment and just told him, I was like, "You're a fucking fag for real, bro." And he is. My fellow heroes, how are you doing? Oh, I gotta turn my phone up. I can't see shit. Hang on a second. Oh, shit. That sucks, man. Like, children shouldn't have to deal with that shit, even young, if they be a young adult or not. As a male, after about 15, you are what you are, you know what I mean? You can't change much about it. But, and I've said before why that is like this is a country that has no God. You have all these Bible thumping bitches like Zombie Fairy, who gain subscribers through Jesus. You know what I mean? Praise Jesus. Subscribe. If you love Jesus, you'll subscribe. Send me $45 on Patreon, or Jesus won't love you. Now subscribe. It's just a bomb. If you have sinus issues, this shit right here, man. Woohoo. I think it says you're supposed to do two in a 24-hour period. I do 2 at a time, 24 times a day. Probably not that many, but it works. My head's cleared up. Hey, Sam Fisher, man, listen. I understand, and I was just having this conversation today. So a guy I'm working for is a fireman in the town he lives in, and he's making his wife pay me because I told him I can't take the money, and I know I get that he's still paying me. I know that money's still coming from his bank account or their combined bank account, whatever it is. I understand that, but how do I say this? That's not the money. I understand it is though. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say this. He adopted two boys. He got a call. So him and his wife are foster parents, and they fostered 30-something kids. The last two they adopted, and he said that I forget. We didn't go into depth about it. We started talking about something else. But the two boys he adopted, the one was 2, the other one was a newborn, like in the fucking ICU newborn. And they, as the foster parents, they went to the hospital and took care of this baby in ICU, fed it and shit. I forget it. He said the mother got to do it 7 hours a day, and they were there the other 20 or 18 hours a day, or whatever it was, 17 hours a day. But they got out of fostering kids because, like he said, the state don't give a fuck. As a foster parent, his goal was to reunite the kids with their parents. And he said, I've seen it firsthand. The state does not want to give those children back to those parents. The state will do whatever it takes to keep those children in foster care once they're there. And I've seen it firsthand too, man. I've seen it firsthand. When Christy got arrested for the drugs that wasn't fucking drugs, it was damn dirt. And luckily, thankfully, her sister took our kids. I was in prison at the time. And they charged her with child endangerment, possession of heroin. I forget. They charged with a bunch of shit. But it was all based off of, what they said was heroin that was fucking, it was literally dirt in the floor. And when I got out, it was making Christy jump through all these hoops. I'm like, I'm talking to her in prison. I'm pissed, and I think we're about 3 months into it when I got out. And I'm telling her, like, Christy, you're full of shit. You're fucking lying to me about something. There's no fucking way these cocksuckers have our kids living at your fucking sister's house, and you didn't fucking do anything. Quit lying to me. Just tell me. Like, I would rag her ass about that shit, man. I feel bad about it now. I would rag her fucking ass about that. Tell her she's a fucking liar, and bitch, I'm gonna leave you, and But I get out, and I did, like, a couple days after I got out, we had a court date. She had a court date. So I go in there and I tell them, I'm like, well, I'm out. I'm here, so I want my kids. Whatever she had going on had nothing to do with me. I mean, we told them we were split up and everything. We told them we were split up before I left. We're split up now. We don't live together. But I just want my kid. Have nothing to do with what she did, whether it happened or not. I have nothing to do with that. I was in prison. So they had a hearing about it. Now, when I went to prison, I left my children in the care of their mother. No different than if I went to the store and I left them with a babysitter, right? But it's Christy's their mother. We planned me going to prison. It was a planned fucking day that I was going to prison. I'm turning myself in this day. It was supposed to be March 28th. That was the day I was supposed to turn myself in. And I got in a car accident on March 12th, so it pushed it out to like August the 6th or some shit. I forget now. Regardless, though, when I left my children in her care. Planted. They had a fucking hearing and found me unfit because I abandoned my kids. And I'm like, how are you going to fucking say I abandoned my kids? Anyway, it was a big fucking mess. So, in the meantime, Christy's taking drug tests every week. Because, like, the caseworker was some fucking black bitch that was shady as fuck, man. So, some other stuff was going on in our private life between Christy and I. Christy's sister fucking hated me because of that. Me and Christy's sister has never seen eye to eye, ever. And it's not because Dale, her old man. How do I say this politely? And some of you probably going to get offended. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Dale's a fucking nigger. A for real nigger. And that has nothing to do with his skin color. Although he is black. He's a bitch is what he is. For real. But he's a dirty motherfucker. And I say that because Dale and Carla got her door kicked in a place that was in her name
got knocked with 8 pounds of weed. This happened when Christy and I first got together. And you know what Dale did? Told on fucking everybody. That's what Dale did. But anyway, so the caseworker wound up looking at me, and after that, because it was a fucking wreck, dude. We went 6 months with our kids living. It was 9 months total. I went 6 months. Kristen went 9 months with our kids living at her sister's house. Um, over nothing, over fucking nothing. They was not going to give our kids back to us. So anyway, that black caseworker looked at me one day, and I'm like, what's your deal? What's your fucking problem with me? I do everything you fucking ask me to. You know, I don't fucking drink. I don't do drugs. I get up. I go to work. I do what I'm supposed to do. And you keep finding fucking reasons that don't even exist. So she told me I was never getting my kids back. She literally looked me in the eye and said, "You're never getting your kids back." I'm like, I never did anything. Like, I never did anything to begin with. I got drug into this shit. I know that sounds crazy, but if you fucking don't believe me, I bet there's some fucking paperwork I can get that'll prove it. Yeah, I mean, just the fact I was in prison and when that happened should say something. But anyway, so the next court date we went to. Now remember, I said Christy's taking drug tests the whole time. Um, the lady says she failed a drug test for fucking methadone or meth or something. I think it was methamphetamine. And I just start laughing in the court. I just like start laughing. It got to the point to where the shit was funny to me. Where I'm like, you motherfuckers, this is just a game to you all. You motherfuckers are just fucking with people's lives. So why the fuck should I even take it seriously? And I think that was around that same couple days when that lady told me I was never getting my kids back. And then she fucking said Christy failed a drug test for meth. So Christy goes and gets all her fucking drug tests from where she was taking the drug test for. She had to take a drug test every other week. I forget how she was doing them. But Christy was doing this intentionally because she knew that bitch was fucking with her drug test. Anyway, and we wound up taking that into the supervisor or the caseworker, and I told the supervisor what that bitch said to me, and the supervisor was like, "I don't even know why your guys' kids are still in this, like especially because you was gone when this shit happened." I was like, "Bitch, I've been saying that for fucking 9 months now, 8 months." So we got a new caseworker, and 3 weeks later we had our kids back. 2 weeks later we had our kids back. The following week they were at my house, 12 hours a day. And then 2 weeks later, we got the kids back. So, like, yeah, if you get caught up with the wrong caseworker in that system or anything goes wrong, if you get somebody in that's just fuckery, that's why the state shouldn't exist in that shit. If you got a piece of shit fucking mom in your community, the community should get together and go have a chat with the fucking mom. You know what I mean? But to have the state involved is just all bad because the state puts it in a position where the state wins every fucking time. And when it comes to those kids, the state's making money. They're pocketing from them kids somehow. I mean, look at how much foster parents make. They make fucking good money from those kids. Good money. Which I don't think Christy's sister, yeah, she was never fostering them. I forget what they called it. But anyway, back to the fire department guy. So the last two kids, the one they've had him since he was in the ICU. They adopted him. They got them both, and he said that they. He didn't really go into detail about what happened, or we talked about just something happened. All the fucking appliance shit came up. We quit talking about it, but he's like, it's bullshit. And he's like, I told him it was bullshit. That we teach these kids that their parents love them. We keep fucking records of everything that happens in their fucking lives, so that their parents will have it. And you motherfuckers do everything you can to keep these kids, and these children separate. When that's not the fucking goal. Yeah, he's actually a really cool dude, to be honest with you. He's a captain in the fire department. And like, I don't fuck with people that work for government just because they're dickheads. You know what I mean? But like, before I even said that to him, he was saying shit to me that led me to believe he's not a dickhead. Like because since he's a captain, I guess they got like new guys that come in and they'll show up at a car wreck where the motherfuckers, got needles and shit laying in the floorboard. And his thing is that, if we're there, somebody needs help. Somebody called us for help, so then we need to go help. You don't fucking judge people. It's none of your business. Everybody has an issue. Everybody has issues because that's what I was talking about that. I was telling him how he's 45 and he's retiring in a couple of years. I was like, damn, I wish I'd have planned like that. He said something else about planning his 10-year plan. I was like, 10-year plan? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, you ain't got a 10-year plan. I was like, motherfucker, I got a 10-hour plan. What are you talking about? 10-year plan. And I forget what I was telling you about. It don't fucking matter. The state's fucked. Anything you want to make you want to make a problem worse, involve the state in it. That's how you make the problem worse. It doesn't matter if it's, mom sucking dick for fucking dope and shooting dope in front of the kids, or letting them ride around the car fucking high, or whatever it is. You make it infinitely worse involving the state. And as the dude's a captain of a fire department, and most people will tell you, and he agreed with me on this too. If drugs were legal, we would not see the problems with drugs that we have. A lot of the problems that stem with drug use, especially hard drug use, heroin, any kind of opiate, even meth, coke, whatever it is the fact that it's illegal. It's illegal, so it makes it harder to get. You got to go through all these steps to get it. When, alcohol, you can just go to the corner store, get some gasoline, and buy a case of beer. Drink it if you want, like a dumbass, and go drinking and driving and probably kill somebody. But they won't do that with heroin. Why? Why not? You go to prison for not harming nobody. You could be the last person on that chain of that drug. There's the argument of, people selling drugs kill people. No, they don't. No more than a motherfucker selling somebody a car kills somebody. Person chose to buy the car. They got the car. They hit the fucking tree. They died. What's up, Jake? Evening, sir. My bad, man. It's called foster farm. Oh yeah, no doubt. And look at all the shit that happens in the foster community. All the kids that come up missing and shit. I forget what the number is. I read somewhere. What is it? It's like 10,000 kids a year or some shit come up just fucking legit, just vanished in the foster farm system. I forget what the number is. That sounds high, but I think it's something like 10,000 kids a year just fucking vanish off the face of just vanish. Bam, gone. They don't know where they're at. I don't know. It all makes me sick, man. There's so many problems in this country. That's why there's no fixing it. There's a lot of reasons we can't fix it. I mean, and I wish I had a good solution. I wish I had a solution to the problem. I have a solution for it, but nobody likes the solution because the solution would mean a lot of shit that people aren't willing to deal with. I'm willing to deal with it just because I'm not afraid to die. Oh, that's what I started talking about, and I got off on a fucking tangent about something else. People don't believe in their God. Those who truly believe in their God have no fear of death. Why would you fear death? If you die, you're going to go meet your God. A lot of the little fucking Afghans stomped the shit out of our asses for 2 decades straight. Made a bunch of heroes. Whatever. Hey, if you guys don't watch Jake's channel, 90 Texas on the Back 20, you guys should watch that shit. That shit's fucking fascinating, man. I wish I could do what you do down there. I'm there, even though I don't comment a lot because I don't know enough about it. I try. I don't know. I don't think you fucking reply to me anyway. Knowing my niece until she passed away, they dropped everything after her passing. That shit happens. It happens everywhere, Tina. It's not uncommon. It happens everywhere. The system's designed. All these systems we have are designed in certain ways. That's why they're the same across the fucking country. Whether it be the criminal justice system, the foster care system, the welfare system, it doesn't matter. Even when they're in different states have control over them. They model them after the next state. All policies in one state are modeled after the next one. You think it's coincidence that every state has a prohibited person law? No, and they're all written the same way. Or that you can break an arm, get some Percocets, and they can fucking charge you with weapons under a disability in every state in this country. Did you know that? It's true. Ask me how I know. It's called weapons under disability for being in danger of drug dependence. Now they call it other shit in different states. Like in Kentucky, it's called felon with a firearm. Ohio, it's weapons under disability. Federal, it's weapons under disability. Um, I don't know what they call it in Tennessee. I haven't really looked at the firearms laws up here because it don't affect me. Don't give a fuck. You know, everything we know is designed to work against us. And if you're one of the lucky ones, if you're the exception and not the rule, you may get involved in that group of people. And if you do, they're going to make you very wealthy. And for your wealth, in return, you just have to be willing to oppress a few million people. And most people are willing to do that because they give a fuck about money. Take the money out of politics. That's the first thing that needs to go is money out of politics. You really want to fix this country, like legit? You want to fix it? Take all money out of politics. The only person that gets a check is the fucking president. That's the only full-time position. Number two, abolish the police. That'll fix this country. It will fix it for real. It ain't going to happen overnight. It's probably not going to be very pretty for a few years. But it will definitely fix it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. There's not a problem you have that doesn't stem from a politician getting fucking paid a salary or the cops. And every problem you have stems from somebody wearing a badge. They don't do anything but cause chaos and ruin lives. That's it. They don't do anything that we couldn't do ourselves. I mean, how many times in your life, besides government, is a crime committed against you? Like a legit crime. Not somebody fucking lit a cigarette and blew secondhand smoke my way. No, like a legit crime. Not even a fist fight. That's not even a crime. That's some bullshit. I mean, like somebody stabs you, you get shot, they steal your shit, they trash your car, they burn your house to the ground, they take one of your kids, your children. Like, how many times in your life has a crime actually happened to you? For the average person, it's not very many. I would bet average in this country, without government being involvement, I would bet the average is less than one in a lifetime. I used to be a freedom stick smuggler, a villain smuggler. Well, yeah, well, keep that motherfucking shit to yourself. Don't tell me about it. Don't say anything to me you wouldn't scream in the public square. And if some, and a lot of shit you would do that you would scream in the public square. Don't say to me. And it's not because I can't keep a secret. It's because I don't like any of those doors being opened. You know what I mean? If you do some shit and nobody knows about it, then they can't try to convince you that somebody told on you. Because that's the first thing they'll do every fucking time. Every time something happens, the first thing they'll do is try to turn people against each other. When Christy and I got arrested, and I pulled that slick shit on them just to see my boys, and then I told them to go get fucked. They had Christy in the next room over, and all right, Kirsty said that they tripped out on her. Jason Boyd was the name of the detective that arrested us. He is now a street cop. Fucking piece of shit. He's a street cop because of our case, the bullshit he pulled in our case. But he's like, get this bitch out of here. She's doing the same shit he is. But like, if you're friends and your friend knows that you do something, and they're going to separate you guys. And if one of you doesn't have complete faith in the other person, somebody's going to fuck up. And the whole ship's going down. Everybody's going to jail. Well, I mean, what you used to do don't matter. We can talk about all kinds of shit we used to do. I used to do the same thing. When I got arrested for the golf balls, there was a motherfucking car sitting outside full guns in the parking lot. They didn't even know the car was mine. It was tagged to my name. Sitting in the parking lot. They had no clue it was there. It was there when I got out of jail 5 days later. Well, I went and picked it up. They were worried about the golf ball, so they didn't even fucking see the car I was going to every day. Yeah, don't tell me about it though. I don't even want to know, man. I mean, like, I think it's bullshit. It's bullshit that you can't do that. I mean, look, they just arrested an FFL. I forget where it was at. They arrested an FFL because he's getting lowers in, right? He's getting lowers in, and he's fucking writing them in his little book as a stripped lower. Then he's getting uppers in. And you know what he does? He puts them together and sells them as complete rifles. The feds just fucking picked his ass up for that shit the other day. Some total bullshit, man. Why do you keep deleting live streams? You make so many good points on live streams, but delete them right after. Just wish you'd leave them all up. Well, I mean, I've said it before. I have nothing really of substance to say that I haven't said before. I haven't said anything tonight really that I haven't said fucking 500 times before. You know, I guess I just feel like I'm bitching. So I don't know. I don't know in all honesty. Well, like this one, I named it "You're Already a Felon." So I started talking about, you know, how everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're making 40 million felons overnight," and that's not what's happening. Because if that was the case, you'd already be a felon. Because everybody commits felonies all the time; they just don't know it. That's why you should go read that book, 3 Felonies a Day. So now we're talking about all kinds of other shit. So I guess I feel like I'm clickbaiting when I do that because I talk about the title for this much, and then the rest of the videos this much. You know what I mean? That's why. I don't know if I feel background check. Say buy a lower through stamp same thing. Oh no, I'm with you, Sam. I know that's my point. But what you can't do as an FFL is get in stripped lower receivers, build the rifle out, and then sell it, which makes no fucking sense because you can get the stripped lower in and you could sell the person all the shit to build it themselves, but you can't do it for them. You can't complete that rifle. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just look it up. I forget where it happened at. I forget what state it was in. But the feds just picked an FFL up for doing that shit. I want to tell you something, Haywood. With this little thing you got in your hand, or I got in my hand, the government knows everything that happens around it, man. And if people don't think that's true, they think that's some conspiratorial shit, you haven't paid attention. Like some weird shit happens. I said it before, we were talking about like black licorice or some shit, and then some commercial comes up about black licorice on my phone. I mean, if they can do everything from my phone that I can do, and the cops could get in easy as shit. I mean, look at all the shit, the information they got out of the phone. They had a phone of mine. I've told this before. That was it? How many? A bunch. I want to say it was 4,500, 4,700. It was a shit ton of pictures, text, and emails from my phone. I hadn't had the phone in a fucking year. I hadn't had the service in a year. I hadn't had the phone or nothing. And they still got all that information from the phone company. My pictures and everything. How is that? I don't sync my shit. Nothing on my phone is synced to a cloud or synced to Google or synced to AT&T or synced to Samsung. So how did they get a hold of all my pictures? I have no clue. I can't tell you. But I know they had it. Government knows way more than people think they know. I bet they let a lot slide too. Not because they're letting you slide, but because they're hoping to get you with something bigger. I don't know. It's really shitty that everything that's going on is going on. And what's shittier is people were complying with it. They're like, I cannot believe them fuckers made those videos. That aggravates me so bad. I want to make my little pistol brace video right now, guys. They're saying they're banning braces, but they're not banned, but they're kind of banned because you can't put them on your rifles. They gave you like 5 or 6 things you can do, but the only option you have isn't one of the things they tell you can do. If you want to know what they're telling you to do, go look it the fuck up yourself. As for me, I'm telling you just live your life and not sweat it. Just live your life. If you treat all criminals equally, you'll have no problems. Yeah, the Patriot Act's a bitch, man. Don't you remember? They made us all patriots, bro. We're all patriots. All of us. You can't see how patriotic I'm being sitting in this seat right now. All the patriot shit that I do. All my patriot brothers and sisters. Oh wait, my bad. We're heroes. I forgot. Look at all the heroic shit that I've done, man. Can't you see I'm being a hero right here in the seat right now? I got 20 other brother heroes in this live stream right now. We're all heroes. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm going blind. I'm just tired. I need to drink some water. We all get a trophy. Yes, Chris. Yeah, we all get a flag. Oh my god. I talked about that earlier, man. That flag shit. Fucking trophy bullshit. Linemen get a flag now. And they're proud of it. Because it gets them some tax breaks and shit. Guy I used to work with, the lineman now. And he's proud of it. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. I can't see your comment, man. Oh no, you're a hero, Jay. You're a hero, bro. I'm telling you that you're a hero. You speak for all of us other heroes, Jay. You know that? All of us heroes look up to you as the main hero, speaking all that truth about pro-hero amendment rights. Brother hero. All right, I gotta go. I gotta call my wife. Going here. Make sure my kids do their schoolwork, the usual. I gotta get up early and go back to work. Fun. That's what I love doing. Used to be called complete annihilation of the world. I can only see the bottom. Haywood. Fucking need to go drink some water. I can't see shit. All right, you guys have a good night. Stay safe. Live your lives. No free tax stamps. That's not an option. No matter what you do, that's not an option. So here's my question. Let's just say that you did. You send your shit off, you get a tax stamp. A year from now, the Supreme Court shuts it down like they did the EPA. Is your shit now registered? Now, your shit's just an SBR forever now, right? You can't un-SBR it, is what I'm getting at. It wouldn't matter. They still going to have it anyway. All right, I got to go. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Work hard. Drink a beer for me. Actually, I might drink a beer tonight. They've been calling me for the last 6 months. Might have one. Stay safe.